Howdy, ladies and turds. Stu here with another banger. Today we're going to talk about a man who touched us in so many places, like our hearts. This man went by many names: Daniel Dumile, JJ Doom, Mad Villain, Victor Vaughn, King Ghidorah, Neruvian Doom, Zevlov X, Metal Fingers, King Ghidra, Danger Doom, Metal Face, Doom Starks, and simply Doom. For a dude with such tiny feet, he had a huge fan base. In this video, I'm going to run down some of Doom's stylistic approaches to what make his jams the jam. MF Doom was a rapper and producer known for wearing a mask and being a self-proclaimed villain. He also was known for having goofy wordplay on his songs that were surrounded by snippets from old cartoon shows. So let's break down his process. Doom was known for sampling his music. He would listen to records and pull out the parts he liked, and those parts would be the groundwork for his songs. He used an Akai MPC 2000 XL for his chopping and sampling. So what kind of tunes did he like to pull from? Well, that's a good question. Most of his work was sampled from jazz, soul, R&B, funk, and disco albums from the 1960s and 70s. He would then sometimes change up the tempo of the sample, which in turn would raise and lower the pitch, making it uniquely his own. Once he had his parts, sometimes he would lay down a kick and snare over the track. Sometimes the sample already had drums, and he would just leave it alone. It just depended on the sample. He did say in an interview that he likes to start with the beat, but I'm not sure that was the case every time. As far as musical structure, some songs were just one long verse, some songs were two verses, and other songs followed an easy verse-chorus structure, so nothing too complex there. Alright, so the music is done, but what about the rhymes? Doom said that when he was writing lyrics, it was like a word game. He would get more points the more words he could rhyme together, which meant he would rhyme words in the middle of sentences, leading to his unusual rhyming patterns. A lot of rappers will use the typical A-B format with their lyrics, whereas the A words rhyme together and the B words rhyme together, if that makes sense. Doom's format was literally all over the place, so his rhyme scheme would just be totally random and could look something like A-B, A-C, B-A-A, B-C, and so on. But that was his flavor, and it made him stand out, aside from the mask. As far as lyrical content, it's like he never really focused on one certain topic. He just digressed and went on random tangents about God knows what, as long as it rhymed. He did use a lot of humor in his writings, though. As with all rappers, his voice was unique to him, but one noticeable thing was that he had a slight New York accent. Alright, with the music finished and the verses all laid out, now comes the cherry on top that really made Doom's music stand out. The cartoons. He liked to pull samples of old cartoons from the 1960s through the 90s, specifically ones that had the Marvel Comics antagonist Dr. Victor Von Doom in them. He would take segments from the episodes where characters were talking about or interacting with Dr. Doom, and he would of course sample Dr. Doom himself talking. He would slap these samples anywhere in the song, the beginning, the middle, or the end. After all that, what about cleaning up the project, making it sound exceptionally badass as a producer normally does? Doom actually wasn't worried about that. He said if the beat was hitting and the lyrics were good, then the song was done. So the end result is that his songs generally have a cool lo-fi feel to them. So this wraps it up for our MF Doom lesson of the day. If you learned something today, make sure you squish that like button and subscribe for more sweet vids. But before we go, I wanted to share my version of a Doom-style song so we could focus on some of the key elements used in replicating his music. For the premise of my jam, I sampled a segment from the song My Feet Keep Dancing by the disco band Chic off their 1979 Risque album. I added a simple kick and snare on top of the drums that were already there in the sample just to give it a little bit more pop. I also threw in a few DJ scratch effects just for some flair. And my lyrics are completely about nonsense, but I did follow in Doom's footsteps as trying to rhyme as many words as possible while sacrificing any rhyme or reason to my flow. Pun intended. Also, this was my first time rapping ever, and I feel I may have put a little bit too much of the strange New York accent in my voice, but no biggie. I mean, my favorite part of this project was sampling and writing the lyrics, so as long as you're having fun and making art, whatevs, am I right? And for the cherry on top, I pulled some samples from a 1980s Spider-Man cartoon featuring Dr. Victor Von Doom. It's not the best song in the world, but I had a blast making it, and I learned a lot along the way, which are the two most important things. So give it a listen and then go out there and sample yourself some badass jams. I'm Stu, and I'll catch you later.
Now, see here, Dr. Doom. I think it's...
Silence! Your usefulness has ended.
Somebody's got to stop you while there's still time.
Never. What Dr. Doom wishes, Dr. Doom does.
It's not who you know, it's what you do. Round the Rochambeau, Boussac, or maybe two. Live crew, sounds of the 80s. Bound on a plane, surrounded by screaming babies. Some guys sound tough on fries like Godzilla. Chum lies in still water, thunder dies. The mighty killer. Beam me up, Scotty. Space planets galore. Being with the seat up, potty. Face plants hardcore. Through the barn door like parkour. Give me a break, shimmy and shake. Hands on her breasticles, she let me cut the cake. Quite a spectacle we'll make if you're up to the task. Accessories not included, alluding to a metal mask. Pour a bowl of cereal topped with ginger beer. You know, salad the soul. It's really beautiful this time of year.
Horace, you talk of the people's rights. The people have only those rights which I choose to give them. That is for their own good, believe me.
I do, Dr. Doom.
You think you played the game is basic like Nintendo. Shoes stink, wet socks just ain't the same. Innuendos, pet rocks while jaws lock. What a pain, climbing to the crescendo. I'm rolling thunder, the hills scream my name. I'm a villain, ready, get set, go. There are surefire ways to teach the pure liars to praise. We gather here today to honor the hostess with the mostest, the metal face. Stupid is as stupid does. Drink a pint of bleach just because. Stupid, gee whiz, what a dud. Missed that Georgia peach straight from up above. If you learn one thing from this stud, it's what Doom wishes, Doom does.
In exactly 30 minutes, my laser cannon will melt through the earthquake fault. When that happens, all of New York will begin to crumble and slowly slip into the sea.
My house! Turn it off! You're ruining my house!
Get the President of the United States on the phone.
He fixes houses?
Hey, 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 baby girls. Fucking spider on my roof. Alright.